Outta Gotham, a crazy podcast about DC, with your hosts E-Rock and PD. When we speak up, get your geeks up, cause you know you about to get geeked up. So sit back, relax, and get comfy. Lose your mind like Solomon Grundy, and listen to a show that won't be forgotten, coming straight out of Gotham.
Out in the DC universe, welcome to another episode of Straight Outta Gotham, episode 186. We are a fandom pop culture podcast and proud members of the Batman Podcast Network. Excuse me. Hosted by Batman-on-film.com. So please check out all our other friends by going to BOF and clicking that podcast drop down and see what they have to offer. I am your co-host from the other side of the Hudson River. I'm Peter R. Vera. And today we're recording on October 26th, 2025. Halloween is just around the corner. Get your candy ready. Full bars for Holzman. As always, we have a great show for you today. Before we get into the good stuff, I'd like to remind you, our faithful listeners, if you take the time to rate, review this podcast on Apple Podcasts or read your review on air, you win our monthly prize pack. So please be in it to win it. And now, let me introduce to you, my partner in crime, Zoran Mamdani's personal free throw coach. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion of Long Island, the man among men, Eric Holzman. Eric just quit the show. Eric just left. Eric just left. He walked out the door.
No, I was walking in and closing the door. Hello, everybody. Hello, Pete. Thanks you again for that fantastic introduction. Yes, we are, how many? 6 days away from Halloween? 5 days away from Halloween?
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
5 days away from Halloween. My favorite holiday of the year. I love it. The candy, the costumes. I thought you were a big fan of
German Easter.
German Easter?
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Oh, I thought it was like the Russian Easter. It was a different day.
That's Greek Orthodox Easter.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
But Halloween, there's been a lot of good movies this month. Good horror movies have come out. I haven't seen all of them, but I do want to go now. I heard Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is getting really rave reviews from a lot of people I know. So
really, I don't like the look of Frankenstein.
Well, that's not The Bride. That's not Maggie Gyllenhaal's for The Bride. This is a different Frankenstein.
No, we're getting them too confused. There's more than okay. Wow. All right, here we go.
Yeah, there's The Bride coming out. Maggie Gyllenhaal, and that's a theatrical release. And Guillermo del Toro's is actually a Netflix movie. Yeah.
So which one is Bale in?
Bale's The Bride. That's the.
Oh, is that okay? Well, I don't like how they look in The Bride then.
Yeah, I don't either. I wasn't impressed with the trailer. I'm gonna give it a shot because the cast is really, really stellar, but I wasn't that impressed with the trailer, so we'll see. But the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein stars Oscar Isaac, and and Jacob Elordi are playing.
How does he look as Frankenstein? Whoever's playing Frankenstein.
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, they haven't released like an image or anything?
They have. Isaac looks good.
Okay.
As Dr. Frankenstein, and as the monster Elordi, I haven't seen a pic of it yet, but everyone tells me his transformation is fantastic. Like,
all right. Well, good. I hope he has bolts and a flat top.
So that's what I hope too. Yes, that's what we want. Want the bolts and the flat top. But yeah, but also I've been noticing a lot of channels have been doing their horror marathons, whatever. Pete, have you caught any of those as we head into Halloween?
Just been watching the Halloween movies, to be honest with you. I watched Curse of Michael Myers last night, and that was fun. So just trying to get those in there.
So Showtime on Paramount has been showing Scream like crazy. The first 3 Screams anyway. So I've been watching a lot of those.
That's great.
Yeah.
Get ready for the movie, Holzman. Get ready for the movie.
I know. 3, I've been watching 3 a little bit more than I've ever have before, and yeah, it's really not a good movie. It really isn't.
It really dumbed it down because of all the school shootings or whatever at the time.
Yeah, it was not. It is not a stellar installment. It has moments. I mean, it has a very good moments, but
one of them is not when Jay and Silent Bob are on the screen.
Yeah, that was not.
I was like,
not one of the good moments. The Martha part, when Martha coming back to meet them at the studio was cool. Obviously, the Randy video, that was cool when he, appears again in the video. That part was cool. Parker Posey's great as the fake Gale.
She looks great.
She's excellent in that. But I will say this: it's the best Courtney Cox looked, I think, in the original trilogy.
I don't know. She looks really hot in 2.
She looks good in 2. Yeah, she does.
She's got the red streak, right?
She does. Yeah, she does look good in 2. But yeah, that franchise, man, I could say when it first came out, I never thought we would be going towards a 7th film, right? It's
I said about Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah.
So
that is a good one too. But yeah, any plans for Halloween, Pete? Any?
Not just giving away candy to trick or treaters. I kind of like staying at home and seeing all the costumes and stuff that the kids have. So I think that's cool. I don't mind staying home and handing out candy.
I thought, didn't you go to a party last year? Didn't you go dress up or something? I don't know.
My friends have a Halloween party every year, so
okay.
But we already did that, so it's always the week before.
Oh, okay. So how did that go? Was it fun?
It was a good time.
Right.
I dressed up as Luigi, and that's it.
Amazing.
That's so I bought a pair of overalls.
That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, I don't have any Halloween plans this year. I am gonna go to. There's a pop-up bar called Frankenstein's Lab in Manhattan. I'm gonna go to that.
Okay.
I think Wednesday or Thursday night. I'm not sure, but Thursday's supposed to be really bad rain, so maybe I'll do it Wednesday. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm gonna go check that out. So speaking of, let's stay in the Halloween and horror realm, and let's go to first. We're gonna talk about they have wrapped filming on the Friday the 13th prequel called Crystal Lake.
Here we go.
And the showrunner Brad Caleb Kane posted this. Crystal Lake wrap party was epic. I'm madly in love with and totally in awe of the stellar bunch of artists and humans. A fellow couldn't ask for a more talented and wonderful group of collaborators. Season 1, done and dusted. More please and thank you. So as we know, it stars Caleb Vincent as the young Jason and Linda Cardellini as Mrs. Voorhees. I always thought that casting was weird. She does not strike me as somebody who would be Mrs. Voorhees, but we'll see how it goes.
It's kind of the whole point of Pam.
Yeah, that's right? True. That's a good point.
You're not supposed to suspect her. No one else did.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Forgot. My fault. Anyway, are you going to watch this?
Yes, I'm very excited for this. I get excited for anything Friday the 13th, so I'm really going to be tuned into this, mostly because it's also like we haven't gotten like a legit movie since 2009.
Right.
So it's been a while.
It has been a while, and it's plenty of time to anticipate something like this. I want to watch it too. I'm very interested in this.
I feel like we've been through 2 Halloween reboots since the last.
We have. I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're correct.
We've been through 2 Halloween reboots. Scream has had 2 different TV series and a requel
relaunch.
What else has happened in the horror genre? That's it. So Jason and Freddy.
The Conjuring has completed. The Conjuring started and ended in that time.
It started like 2008, the year before. So yeah. So it's been a while. It's been a long time.
Yeah. So it's been
Mickey Mouse now kills people.
I know. Yeah, we have a whole what did they call it again? It was such a good name and I forgot it. Yeah, it was something weird. We have a whole that kind of thing going on. But yeah, I'm interested too. I'm very interested in this. I'm looking forward to it. It's like you said, it's well past time for more Friday the 13th, more Jason, more from that world. And speaking of, the same showrunner who is doing Crystal Lake also is doing It Welcome to Derry, which also is coming.
Nice.
The 8-episode origin story of Pennywise takes place in 1962 and serves as a prequel to It and It Chapter 2. So Andy Muschietti and his sister spoke about it. They also spoke about Batman Brave and the Bold. We'll get to that in a little while.
Uh-oh.
But what about the It prequel, Pete? Are you ready for this one?
I'm kind of like conflicted because I don't really need to know how Pennywise came to be. I'm just kind of content knowing that this whack job alien clown monster thing is out there, you know?
Right.
Just kind of, that enough in itself is freaky. But yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know. I like Muschietti, so whatever he really makes, I've enjoyed since day one. So I'm interested to see what happens. I'm more interested in Friday the 13th than I am to Derry, but both seem really cool.
Agreed. Apparently, the It show is very, very bloody, and it's what goes on in it from that perspective is going to be very shocking. That's what the Variety article speaks to a certain number of people, and they say it's very graphic.
So people are going to watch for their kids.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm really interested now because they kind of raised the bar. I'm like, what are they going to show us that that is so bad that apparently Taylor Page, who plays one of the moms, she was pregnant, or she just gave birth. Sorry, and they were telling her you need to maybe want to step back and not watch it because that's how graphic it was. Yeah.
Jeez.
So I'm interested now to see just how much they push the envelope with it, but that is coming. As far as Batman Brave and the Bold, Muschietti and Barbara Muschietti, Andy Muschietti and Barbara Muschietti said they really can't talk about it. He said I have to wait a couple of months, start talking about it, and then he even said even that might have been too much to say. So we didn't really get anything, but there are discussions. And
I don't know if I believe that though. Like, is that the truth, or is that just Hollywood talk for I'm going to try to find a way out of this question?
That could be. That's a very, very good question. That honestly, could be.
I thought it was more red carpet talk than anything else. I still don't think this guy's directing this movie. I've said that for a while now.
You did.
I feel like this is just going to be like until James Gunn announces who's going to do it. It's going to it's going to be like Matt Reeves and Ben Affleck and Batman, right? Like Ben Affleck was Batman until he wasn't, and then he wasn't, and now we moved on, and that's probably what it is. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. Do they like? I mean, Zaslav, when he first took over, he's like, we're not doing any favors. And I know he's talking about like Clint Eastwood in his friggin' movies or whatever he's making now. But like, were they like, oh, Andy, we threw you a bone. We gave you that Child Predator movie with the Flash. And now I was like, here you go. Here's Batman to make up for it. I just, I don't know what to believe anymore. So until there's a trailer and it says directed by Andy Muschietti, I'm just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, we've already heard that whatever they started talking about has shifted. Like the story, whatever they were going to originally plot isn't the same anymore.
Yeah.
So if you look at it from that perspective too, like maybe his idea, whatever he did pitch them, if he had one in the beginning, they're kind of like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. So to your point, who knows?
Yeah. Why would you want to do it unless you're just again director for hire?
Correct.
That's one thing, but like, I don't know. If he pitched something and they said, let's do it. But then like James Gunn pitch it and say, hey, you want to do this? Or like, I don't know. Like,
I know that's the thing. We don't know exactly what happened because they announced it when they announced the slate. Like he was attached to it from the beginning. So it's we've already seen things change. And we'll get to one of the things that we'll get.
Just
let's go there now.
These red carpet interviews always lead to like dumb stuff. It's just almost meaningless conversations because like we never get the answer. So then it's just us speculating pointlessly. Like it's just kind of weird because it's like we've got the Batman, which is going to start production in like 2 months, and they're asking them like, so are you still directing the movie? Maybe possibly. Like it's like I don't know. Like there's between the Batman, Green Lanterns, what else is coming? Like the Supergirl. Like I got other stuff to worry about than what the hell they're doing. When they figure out Batman, then I'll worry about it.
Yeah, like that's kind of where I'm at as well. I'm kind of like whatever at this point. Nothing's gonna happen anytime soon. So I'm like, give me
if they're gonna and if we take him his word, a few months just to talk about it. So like, what is that? 3? Like, does that mean after the new year? Like, all right, well, I'm busy, man.
You're right. He's definitely punting the question.
There's 3 holidays in between this question and when we get our answer. 4, you want to count New Year's? Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Can't worry about this.
Yep. So, but I am saying at least they're still talking about like there's at least it's still on the slate to happen. So
I mean, I don't know why you would think it'd be all. I mean, this isn't Swamp Thing; it's Batman. Like they want Batman. They're just. It's all wait and see, in my opinion. Like obviously because they're just in a unique situation, but like, there's no way that they ever stop making Batman movies. I think Batman movies and Spider-Man movies will be made, remade, rebooted, requelled until the end of time, and everything else is just icing on the cake. I really do think that.
Yep, I'm with you there. I just. Anytime you start a new studio, you start a new, I guess it is a new studio. Anytime you start something new like that, yeah, you just never know what's going to happen. And like you said, we already have a Batman movie in production, and there's probably going to be another one from that whole, from the Matt Reeves portion of things. So
and probably get another spin-off TV show.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot going around the character.
That's like it's so weird to like have them in like a Batman movie in like uber pre-production, and like Hollywood talks about it, but I'm like, I'm not really interested. I got one in the wings, and you know, there's other people flying around doing heroic shit. So it's like, I don't know, it's a very interesting time to be a Batman fan.
It is, and that's good and bad, but it's mostly good. So
it's bad because fans are idiots.
Right. That's what I was saying. I wasn't going to go there, but you did.
I will.
So yes, I will.
Some people are stupid.
I will double down and say, yes, fans are idiots.
Yeah.
And yes, I've been an idiot in the past as well. I'm not
just listen myself from this robes and fleshlight show you like so much.
What?
Your puppet and
Warrior. Star Wars.
Yeah, whatever the hell it is.
Oh, yes, The Mandalorian. That's what you're talking about?
Which I see on Twitter, and everyone's like, there's no buzz for this movie. I'm like, I haven't, not in my world. I was like, it wasn't for Holden, I would forget about this shit.
Do people expect these things to be like every day we're going to get something new? We just got the trailer a little while ago.
Yes, they do.
Like, what are
they want trailers, here? They want pics, they want photos, they want to be up the director's ass.
God, I didn't grow up in that world. I guess that's why it doesn't bother me like that. Like, this was not my life growing up. No. I would read an article in the paper or in a magazine.
Victoria's Secret was porn.
Yeah, like when a movie was coming out, you had to buy a magazine to read about whatever preview was coming. What someone did a story on it. I didn't have access to it immediately.
Yeah, I had it a little bit better than you. I had like Access Hollywood and Entertainment Tonight, EW.
Yeah, well, we've always had Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah, but that's what I grew up with. Like I think you grew up, like you're slightly like a little bit of the shift in the plates there. Like,
yes,
I didn't have to go out and buy People. You know, I just had to wait for ET at 8:00.
Yeah, I mean, there was always Entertainment Weekly, but I would have to go and buy those types of things and read them. Or you'd get a story in the paper. Like if it was a big enough story, you get a story in the local newspaper, the New York Times or the New York Post.
Did you ever read those fanboy magazines, like those like Star Logs and shit like that?
No, I never read those. No,
I've collected the ones from like Batman Forever, but I missed that by the time I started getting cash.
I did when Batman came out, Burton's Batman. They did have a magazine for that, and I did have that.
I have that one. I've recollected that. I have it in hardcover and in trade. So, yeah.
But no, like this is, I guess, like I said, my brain doesn't immediately go to, ooh, I need to know what's constantly happening with these films. Just when I find out news, I'm grateful.
For me, it's like I get news or I see a one singular trailer and I get excited. Right. Like I don't need the BVS 7. You know? As much as I was ready for and enjoying that, I still think they just told too much about that movie through the trailers. It would have been a lot cooler to see Doomsday in the theater, but first time. But,
yeah, a big claymation Doomsday. That's what I always think of that whenever I see that Doomsday. I watch BVS. I always think of like the claymation Christmas shows, Rudolph and all. I think of when I see that Doomsday. Anyway, that's just my crazy brain working there. All right, so the New Rockstars podcast interviewed James Gunn, and this interview gave us a lot of information about where we're at in his DC universe and where we're going. Obviously, all of this is post Peacemaker. So some of the key points they discussed were Planet Salvation, which was introduced obviously at the end of Peacemaker, and Pete's favorite character, Darkseid. So apparently the Nightmare Dimension seen in the Peacemaker finale, including the Nazi world, imps, zombies, and giant skull spiders, are all going to be part of the DC multiverse. So we got that. He confirmed that. He clarifies that the Salvation Run concept is inspired by George Martin's idea of a dimension where supervillains build a society. He also states that Planet Salvation is not necessarily a setup for Darkseid or the Final Crisis storyline. Sorry, Pete. He said instead it's the government, specifically Argus, sending metahuman prisoners to the dimensional place. And he's not eager to use Darkseid. He gave clarification on this because he said he was just used in Zack Snyder's universe.
I mean, I'm bummed there's not going to be any more Uxas. That's a huge bummer for me. I honestly think he just tries to stay away from zaddy bullshit, you know, and online, and I think that's part of it. Which I think was like he turned down Superman the first time, you know, because the unstable nature of those people. So It's a bit of a bummer because I feel like Darkseid was in even the Snyder cut for maybe a total of like 4 minutes. So well, what's the big deal? I don't get it, but I'm fine with that. I agree more with his comments on Thanos. Like, yeah, I don't want to do something like Thanos. That makes sense to me. I'll agree with that, considering Thanos is essentially a carbon copy of Darkseid. So, well, why would you do that? And that was intentional. That's how Thanos was created.
Yep.
So that's a bummer. As for Salvation Run, I love Salvation Run. It's like one of my favorite comic book storylines. So I'm just kind of excited in general. I didn't really like Peacemaker season 2, so like whatever. Also, like who cares? It's Peacemaker. So like I'm at the point I'm like, all right, well, it got me to Salvation, so like that's fine. So it's more like a through plot point, through point,
Right.
through story. I don't know. A through ball. What's it called? A footer? I'm trying to think of a soccer term. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I had a friend who loved playing FIFA, and he loved if you hit Y, it was like a
through line.
Yeah, there's a through line. Yeah, but I was thinking of a soccer term for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like if you play FIFA on Xbox, you hit Y, it's like a through ball or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it just gets you to point A to point B. So yeah, I was just a little bit bummed about just Darkseid though. That's because I love Darkseid. I love when he pops up and everything, and just how much of a dick he is.
Yeah, I mean, he is cool. I think he's a cool looking character, so it would have been cool to have him, in this universe. But maybe we will eventually. It's just not imminent. He said that it wasn't an imminent thing they wanted to do. Gunn also talks a little bit about the horror influences in DCU. We all know that James Gunn comes from that world, right? Comes from a horror world. So he talks a little bit about his fascination with the monsters and the strange and the unusual, and he tries to incorporate those elements into his DC characters, his DC universe. He references King Shark and Weasel as two guys who are pretty much monsters. I think a lot of you could even classify some of the creature commandos as monsters. Obviously, you have the Bride in there as well.
Yeah. That's Fish Girl.
Yep, you have the Fish Girl. So there's plenty of that stuff, plenty of those elements. And I was thinking about it, and how do you think that's going to run with the mainstream DC fan?
I have no idea. Mostly because, like, to be honest, I'm kind of fed up with it myself. I just, right. I'm tired of James Gunn's like, oh man, you guys are gonna love these rejects. This is cool. Check out this group of weirdos I put together. Like, I'm just like, yeah, it's great and all, dude. Like, let me see some Flash. Like, I've said it before. I've said it numerous times. I want to see the heavy hitters. I want to see the headliners.
Sure.
I don't care about Creature Commandos or the Teen Titans or whatever sidekick team he wants to put together or whatnot. Like, I know he likes doing that stuff. He's not going to recreate Guardians. I don't know if that's like a company mandate where they're like, you do reject teams, do that. That's right. What you have to do.
Yeah.
We've seen you make money for the enemy, make money for us. And it's like, all right, we're selling Warner Brothers, do this now. So it's like, all right, I could see the theme here, I guess. But yeah, Superman was a nice step in a different direction. I thought it could have been better. A little bit, there's a little bit of I think, kiddie stuff in there, but I think it's also a good start. So we'll see. I can't really judge anything because Suicide Squad's so different from Superman. So I see the range that this guy can do.
Right.
And then within Peacemaker itself, which I still don't understand how the hell we got to season 2 of Peacemaker, because that character was such a douche in that movie and I did not like him. And then he reinvented the character on the fly, and now I do like him. And I'm like, but he's still kind of at his core, he's still a piece of shit. So I don't understand why I like this Peacemaker character as much as I do, but I guess that's just good writing.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen that arc, as you just explained, in the Suicide Squad. He was a real douchebag, very much that guy. Over season 1, we got some of that. And then towards the end, and then he started to become more self-aware. And then this season was all about that. I think that's one of the complaints that a lot of people have had. Like it wasn't heavy enough with the action stuff in this year. There were some really good moments, but I think some of the people who connected to that douchebaggy version of Peacemaker, because let's be honest, some people did, they're not happy with where he is now. And I am. He's much more likable now than he ever has been. But it was an interesting arc to watch from going from the Suicide Squad to where we are now with the character.
It's kind of
Very
crazy.
cool. Yeah, it is kind of crazy. He did speak a little about season 2 and the themes. He said the focus was on the emotional journey, like we just talked about. So that was one of the things I noticed that he said in there, and how his story kind of intertwined with Adebayo and Hardcourt, also Economos a little bit. And the whole Nazi dimension storyline kind of highlighted those two, Hardcourt and Economos' realization of who they are.
I am so over Jennifer Holland.
She was one of the best things of the season for me.
I'm just so over. It's just weird. Every time I'm like, does James Gunn have like a weird thing with his girlfriend and John Cena? Like, what is going on here? So I don't know what they got going on, but
I don't either. I don't care to know. Like, whatever it is, that's fine. But I really enjoyed her arc this season. She was the favorite part of the show for me this year. So
yeah, I am just ready for real DC. I am. I'm one.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what it is. Like, I don't really care about the 11th Street Kids. Is that what they call them? I'm just
11th Street Kids. Yeah,
I'm ready for the Green Lantern Corps. You know, like, I want to see my DC characters. That's kind of where I'm at. So Peacemaker's cute.
Pete, yes, you are in luck. You are in luck because Lanterns is the next thing on the slate. As we know, it's a small town cosmic mystery that's going to set up other DCU elements. As we know, this is a connected universe. So if that bothers people, sorry, but this is where we're going. After that, of course, comes Supergirl, which is, of course, the Millie Alcock vehicle. Crypto will be back. So that's pretty cool. And it's going to pull from Tom King's Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Then after that, we have Clayface. That is still coming. That's the one that I totally have no idea what to expect.
It's weird to get a villain Batman movie for Batman. So we'll see what happens.
Right? Very, very strange. But it's going to have reference to the Joker cult, the Flying Graysons, Wayne Manor having its own train stop. That's one of the things he mentioned in the in the story for Clayface. So we got a couple of hints there. And then, of course, Superman Man of Tomorrow in July of 2027. So those are the titles that we are anticipating.
That's a lot on that plate, man. I'm ready for that stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. And one more thing he talked about was his release strategy and how he doesn't want to use Comic-Con to make these big, huge announcements.
Which sucks.
Yeah, it does. He also says social media can kind of cover that now. And he would rather spend that time on the writing and the production, which I'm happy for. Like, that made me happy because I agree. That's what matters. So.
Yeah, I kind of get it. It makes sense to me. You know, I was like, you know what? Like, it's you are taking your job seriously, which is cool. Like, you know, not saying that he wasn't, but you know, flying around the country, con to con, could take up time. But
yeah, it takes focus away from whatever productions going on of these films. So I'm very, very happy he said that part, that he at least clarified everything and saying he wants to focus on the actual making of the films and the TV shows. He spoke a little bit about recently as well, the Arkham Asylum series and why it didn't work. He just said it just didn't work. He said there's hope that maybe it's something that could happen in the future, but no one is actively developing it now. So
I mean, that happens. It's come, it's gone. Cool. Like I said earlier, I got more than enough on my plate, so ready to go into it. I'm sure, you know, something will pop up somewhere down the line, Batman related, and I don't know. I'll see that when it comes, but I don't just right now. Like, I can't complain about lack of content when they're busy making all this stuff. So it's like, I get it. It's not out, and I want to watch it, but at the same time, it's like, it's coming. I'm good.
The concept of it was cool to me, so I was interested in what they were going to do there. But if they couldn't get a story around that worked, then I would rather them not put out crap. That's how I look at it. So if you couldn't decide on a storyline for a show like that, because the possibilities with it are endless. I mean, you've seen video games with Arkham. Obviously, there's numerous comic materials about Arkham. We know what Arkham is. TV shows have highlighted Arkham, especially your favorite one, Gotham, was
God,
very,
this was so miserable.
was very Arkham centric.
I will never forgive Zay Chung. Never.
We really should try and get him on. It would be great to have a discussion.
No. So how does it feel to make something that sucks?
We could massage it so that it wouldn't be that brutal. I think we could ask him questions where we're kind of leaning that way. But
what the hell were you thinking about Bane and the mask? Why'd you give Bane a haircut?
Yeah. Let's not forget the Azrael storyline, which was God.
The Mr. Freeze storyline was bad.
Yeah, it was.
Gotham, what a waste.
But again, for some people, that is their introduction into this world. So it had a purpose.
That's like, oh man, the first thing my mom ever fed to me was puke. I was like, what? Oh man, yeah, but it wasn't the last thing I ate, but it was the first thing I ever tried. It was gross. Like, I was like, yeah, of course.
I would have gone with corned beef hash over puke.
No, Gotham is regurgitated vomit.
All right. Well, it's over. But Pete, we would not be sitting here together doing this show if not for Gotham. That's the other thing.
We probably would.
It was a good testing ground for us.
Gotham would not get in the way of the creativity of Eric Holzman. It's just impossible. The man is a
testing ground, though.
Yes. It was the canvas, and Leonardo and Michelangelo were combined into Holzman's brain. And that's what it was.
And your brain. Let's not leave you out.
I'm Donatello.
All right, let's switch houses for a bit. Let's go over to Marvel real quick. There's been a lot of rumors. Obviously, every time Marvel does something now with any of their titles, I think ever since the last Spider-Man film, if another Spider-Man film comes, people are going to be like, who's in this one? Who's going to be in this one? Right. So we know that this one obviously is going to have Punisher. That's been released. Who else is going to be in this one outside of Mark Ruffalo, apparently as the Hulk? Will be back in Brand New Day. And then Charlie Cox had to speak about it because he was filming something in England. Ooh. And that's where Spider-Man was being filmed. So people were asking him, okay, are you in the movie? And he says that he's not. Charlie Cox says he will not be reprising Daredevil.
He's definitely in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the last one. Well, Matt Murdock was anyway. So, yeah, I think he is too. But this is the one movie coming out in Marvel that I know nothing because of what happened in the last one. I have no idea where they're going with it. None.
Which is great. I like the mystery.
I agree. So he did specifically say, "I'm not in Spider-Man," but didn't Andrew Garfield say that too? And I could have sworn he said it more
being
than
Aquaman for like 5 years.
Right? Yeah. I think any of these characters now are fair game. And I'm really, really like this one. I can't wait for it. It's July 31st. It's less than a year away now. Yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I want to see what happens. I want to see how far the MCU can ruin Spider-Man even further.
Hasn't ruined it. Stop it.
It's been a weird journey. MCU Spider-Man's been a weird journey.
It depends on what where your starting off point is. You have some non-negotiables for the character, so that impacts how you watch. That impacts how you watch it.
It's been a weird journey.
I understand. Like, there are certain things I have non-negotiables for. Like, I know there have been other people to don the Batman cowl, but I think for me, it's always Bruce Wayne. That's me.
There you go. Yeah, I agree.
I
get it.
So if they ever go in another route, I'm not saying it would. Maybe Batman Beyond would be cool to see because he's still involved. But yeah, that's the only other thing I think I would be like, okay, he could do a different one. All right. I just mentioned the Hulk appearing in the new Spider-Man film, and Mark Ruffalo, was asked if there'll ever be a solo Hulk film again. And he says it's been talked about. There's nothing imminent. And this is what he said exactly. He told this to GQ. I'd love to have a solo Hulk movie. I don't know if you know the story of what goes on behind it, but the Hulk's movie rights are not really owned by Marvel. It's a Universal property. Then he says they kept talking about it, saying, what would the film be? And he says, there's been so many Hulk movies already. It's like, does anyone really want another one? But he'd love one. And I do think audiences would be into it if we could crack the nut of it all.
There have been 2 Hulk movies. In
Yeah.
the grand scheme of superhero cinema, the Hulk does not have much to work with. So
no,
I
right.
honestly think Ruffalo's an idiot. And I think he's probably a bad Hulk. Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't the rights revert back? Like I thought Submariner reverted back at one point, but I believe they have all their rights back. So I don't know if he knows what he's talking about.
I think they have, but there's still some weird angle, some weird connection to those rights and something with the story. I remember because I said the same thing. I'm like, well, now they could do a Hulk film, and I remember reading something that said, not so fast. Yeah. So I mean, I think he's one of the most beloved Marvel characters. I can't imagine that people would not want to go see another Hulk film.
Yeah,
so
I find it very odd.
Yeah, that was an odd thing for him to say, but I'm here for it. I hope they do another one.
Yeah.
I like the Norton Hulk film. We've talked about it. I know you like the Norton Hulk film. The Eric Bana one was a little weird.
It was. I kind of enjoy it though.
Yeah, it's not terrible. He's very green. I'll say that really.
Yeah. Very,
very bright green. But yeah, like I thought that was a decent film too. It was a little bit different, a little weird, but that's what you get. That's Ang Lee, right? So that's what you get with him.
Yeah.
Like he does some different angles on things. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the character going forward in the MCU. I think a lot of the characters from Phase 1, like Thor's still around, obviously. And then Hulk is still around.
They can't kill off everybody.
No, they can't. And those 2 are pretty much unkillable. So
Hulk's cameo king. So, like, what's the point of killing him?
Right. Yeah. You wouldn't want to. I don't. Again, we have a different version or a new Captain America now. The character's still there, but it's not Steve Rogers. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see where the Hulk goes, though. This is a storyline I want to follow as they do further development. So we will see what happens there. All right. So let's get to the meat of the show, the nitty gritty of the show. We spoke about this on the last show. Yeah. They're not the meat of anything. They're just terrible. I don't want to talk about them. They ruin my life every week. So I don't want to chat about them, but I do want to chat about the possible Warner Brothers Discovery sale. So it's officially for sale now. Apparently multiple parties are circling. There's apparently multiple different variations.
The vultures.
Yes. Apparently multiple different variations of what could happen here, what could go down. I personally, at this point, I don't care if it gets sold. If it gets sold, just don't mess with what's going on.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how to feel at this. At one point, I don't care, but the other side, I'm like, are they going to sell this off like piece by piece? So it's like, are they? Because at one point, like you read, like Netflix wants to buy just IP. They don't want to buy TV networks. I'm like, this is going to get really messy and drawn out, and like, is everything just going to be scattered all over the place at one point? I kind of like how everything was under one roof. I don't know if that's going to be the case anymore.
I don't think they'll do that because those bids have already been rejected. Okay. The Ellison bid has been rejected, so I don't think that's gonna happen. Apparently, this is what the strategic options include: the split and spin, which a transaction for the entire company, or separate transactions for its Warner Brothers and or Discovery Global businesses. There's even a potential for an alternative separation structure that would enable a merger of Warner Brothers and spinoff of Discovery Global to our shareholders. So that one would be the most, I think for what we're looking for, that one would be the most feasible or the most acceptable. Where the current shareholders would just kind of hold on to Warner Brothers and spin off Discovery Global. That kind of is the one I think would be the best. But this article says everything's on the table. So Zaslav released a statement saying, "We continue to make important strides to position our business to succeed in today's evolving media landscape by advancing our strategic initiatives, returning our studios to industry leadership, and scaling HBO Max globally. We took the bold step of preparing to separate the company into two distinct leading media companies, Warner Brothers and Discovery Global, because we strongly believe this was the best path forward. It's no surprise that the significant value of our portfolio is that the specific significant value of our portfolio is receiving increased recognition by others in the market. After receiving interest from multiple parties, we have initiated a comprehensive review of strategic alternatives to identify the best path forward to unlock the full value of our assets." So that's a lot of business talk to say, yes, we are officially for sale. We are exploring
that was lawyer speak.
Different avenues. We definitely love HBO Max, which then came with a fare increase, a price increase. That went up. $1, I think it was. So a lot of verbiage there, but all to say, yeah, we're officially for sale.
I know there's some people worried that, this gets sold. The people don't like what Gunn's doing. They fire Gunn. I mean, that's definitely an option. Depending on who buys it, I don't know. Also, like, who's going to buy this thing? Like, this thing's got to cost a ton of money. If Discovery doesn't want it, who that, like, I know there's Paramount, Netflix, but there's only so many or so little that can purchase this thing. No one say anything about Disney.
I know. That's
kind of crazy. It'd be kind of crazy, right? I don't know if they would do it. Would they do it? Who knows? Does Zaslav care? He's getting paid. What's it matter? He's already got enough money anyway. He's probably got 4 houses.
You would have those. You'd have all of those possibilities then with the crossovers between DC and Marvel.
Oh my God.
Star Wars and
Kowalski bullshit would be endless. We'd have Batman versus Darth Vader. It'd be horrible. Oh my God. All the stupid stuff they would just milk us dry.
They would, yes.
Oh man, God forbid. Man,
that would be crazy. That if that did happen, that's why I don't see it happening. But Disney has endless pockets. Like Disney has money to burn. So if they wanted to, I'm sure.
Bob Iger's crazy, man. He's involved with the government. He was like a center figure, that Jimmy Kimmel stuff.
I know.
Who knows? Who knows, bro?
I know. Well, the Writers Guild of America does not want a Paramount Warner Brothers merger.
Which is interesting. They're going back on strike. So much for the Batman Part 2.
Yeah. The crazy thing about this is they only mention Paramount. Like they don't mention any of the other possible suitors. It's just Paramount, which is very weird to me that's all. But they released a statement, of course. And it says, merger after merger in the media industry has harmed workers, diminished competition and free speech, and wasted hundreds of billions of dollars better invested in organic growth. Combining Warner Brothers with Paramount or another major studio or streamer would be a disaster for writers, for consumers, and for competition. The WGAW and the WGAE will work with the regulators to block the merger. Now, as everybody knows, anytime something like this happens, there's a sale, they have to go through, the government reviews it for antitrust violations. Yeah. Because you don't want one.
It's crazy because didn't we just go through this with AT&T a few years ago?
We did. It was
essentially passing like a Senate meeting or something like that, right? Or Congress or something.
Yep. It has come up in a bunch of industries. JetBlue was going to merge with Spirit, was going to buy Spirit. They killed that. Like it's come up in a bunch of different industries recently where it's been major news, but that is the one you just mentioned is the one
that was the biggest block since Chris Paul to the Lakers.
The NBA has its own problems right now. Let's just say that.
I wish their biggest issue was Chris Paul to the Lakers again.
Yes, they do. They do. But man, it's weird. Every time we feel like at least DC or Warner Brothers is somewhat unstable footing, this seems to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know what to make of it. Considering Warner Brothers had a great year, apparently. Like Zaslav's very happy, which is probably why he's trying to sell.
Right.
At the height, right? So I guess that makes sense from a business standpoint, but I don't know. I actually kind of thought he was going to ride it out. I thought he was happy enough, but I guess he just wants to, make some cash.
I mean, they might, at the end, it could be the spinoff thing where they hang on to Warner Brothers and then they just divest the Discovery portion of it with the channels. I mean, that could happen. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting story to follow because, again, it's not only DC. There's a bunch of other properties within Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Harry Potter's a Warner Brothers property, right? You have that there. So there's a bunch of other properties that'll be impacted by whatever happens with this sale. So
Crazy.
I know. Crazy big business that I don't completely understand. But
I just see this tweet right here. It seems like Championship Entertainment, spearheaded by New York icon Eric Holzman and mayoral candidate Curtis Sliwa, have placed a bid for $650 billion to Warner Brothers, and David Zaslav is now waiting in his office. So
650 billion.
Wow, I did not know, Eric. I did not know you your hot dog eating contest won you all that money.
Wait. Oh no, that's a different Eric Holzman. There's only one N in the end of his name.
That seems like a typo. Must have an intern in the tweets. Champions Entertainment, spearheaded by New York icon Eric Holzman.
Pete, if I ever create a business and I use Champions Entertainment, I will give you credit.
That's fine. Mayoral candidate Curtis Sliwa.
Of all of the three of them, you pick him. He probably has the least amount of money of the three of them.
Oh, you're the bankroll. Eric's gonna wear a green beret.
Oh my god, that's
Eric will wear an orange beret. It's Knicks season.
That's fantastic. Oh yes, it is Knicks season. You said you didn't work the game Wednesday night. I was there for opening night.
No, I saw. You saw they won.
I was
Enjoy
there.
it.
Yeah, it was
I believe the season's going to get canceled once they realize that it's all rigged. It's just good. Of course. The NBA is going to go down in flames. I think this is going to be really detrimental to the league.
I'm very interested to see what happens out of this. I think Adam Silver might get fired or get removed. I could see a lot of stuff happening from this investigation.
Somewhere Otani's like, this is why I didn't play basketball. Yeah.
Let's end the show on this last topic because I don't know if you watched the Montreal Expos documentary on Netflix. Have you watched that?
I haven't gotten to it yet. I want to. I want to.
Pete, you need to watch it.
I know.
Very, very good.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Very sad too. Like I had no idea how big baseball was in Montreal, but
until the strike just destroyed it.
Yep. That's what it was.
But like they were getting I think hundreds of people to the games in like 2002, I think it was.
Yep. And Olympic Stadium was falling apart.
It's so sad.
It's but it's a very well done documentary.
Because if you think about it, man, if you really think about it, we would have had a Canadian champion in 2019.
Hmm?
But the Nationals won the World Series in 2019. They would have the Expos.
Yep.
We won the World Series in 2019, which is it really sucks. It really does suck.
They might have won in 94. They might or when the strike happened, they might have played the Yankees.
They could. They could have.
Yeah.
Just think about it. Like Mattingly would have got to a postseason, postseason, no wild card, so he would have probably have played. Oh man, whoever played the West, I don't know. It was probably California Angels at that time. If I had to guess, I don't know who's winning the West in '94, but yeah, a lot of things would have been different. Yep.
And they said that's essentially what the documentary says. Like that strike just killed everything. And then they had such bad ownership, and the ownership group that bought it was a conglomerate, and I forget the guy's name who ran it, who was like the head of it. They had one guy who could be the public face of it, but everyone else kind of was involved and made decisions, or helped make the decisions. And it's such a sad story. You got to watch it.
Makes me wish I had money, man. Makes me wish I had
I know.
money. I would. I always thought I'd be a great sports team owner if I ever, won billions.
I think a lot of us who grew up playing and watching specific sports think we would be good at those jobs. Like I always say I think I'd be a good NFL GM, but I have no idea. I mean, I think we all would say that if we were, So
you think you'd be a better GM than Cashman?
I think I would know when to leave.
If they're paying, you ain't leaving.
Right. I hear that, but I think in my mind, by this point with Cashman, I'd be like, you know what? It's time for someone else to do this. And I'm very much that type of person. I know when I've overstayed my welcome anywhere, and I try and I would just back out gracefully. Mm-hmm. He doesn't need the money. He has plenty of money. Like, what is he needed for? But for him, I think it's just an ego thing. I think he just feels no one could do the job better than him. He feels he's done a fantastic job. And he's just not, he's that type guy who's not going to step down.
Some people are very confident.
Yeah. And I mean, he could talk about the teams he's built being good or great or, not having losing seasons and all that. But the standard here is different. And he knows that better than anyone else. So I don't know.
We will see. Go Blue Jays.
And yeah, I'm saying that too. And the other thing with the Yankees is I don't think he could fire. I wouldn't let him fire. If I was Hal, I would not let him fire Boone and hire another manager. To me, they're a tandem deal now. Like one goes, the other goes.
I can't stand the manager. I know he's a puppet, but I just can't stand him. So.
But he did have one of the most dramatic moments in Yankee baseball when he was a player in my lifetime. So
sure. It amounted to nothing.
It doesn't matter now, but I will never forget that game and how that game ended.
That was insane.
So
that was nuts.
It was a crazy, crazy game. All right. Well, Pete, let's put a bow on this one.
Yeah. No Jets today? You're free for the week?
No, they're playing. I'm just not watching.
The protest has begun. Did you see the clip of the kid walking out of the stadium the other day?
Yes.
Oh man, I don't know if he regrets that or he's like loving it, but like that'll live on forever.
About 10 people sent me that clip.
I hope somebody sent it to Woody Johnson.
Me too. But apparently Woody Johnson thinks that if they could complete a pass, they would be better. He blamed
not
everything
wrong,
on Justin
but
Fields.
They have that's one of many things on the list to fix.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping. I think Aaron Glenn eventually will get it turned around if they give him the time, but I don't know if they're going to give him the time.
You think he gets fired if they go winless?
I think he might have to get fired if they go winless. I think that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
And I just saw some really sad news. Nick Mangold passed away from kidney failure.
I didn't know he was sick. Wow. He's pretty young. Wasn't he like in his 50s?
Yeah. No, I don't. He might have been younger than me.
That's nuts. R.I.P.
Yeah. He had posted something on Twitter about needing a kidney transplant. Not that long ago. And he passed away.
That's sad.
So
way to end on a bummer, Holzman.
Sorry.
Anyway.
All right. On that note, Pete.
Socially, Pete Illustrated, straight_O_G, Spidey Coalition, Batman Book Club, Batman on Film, and the upcoming Netflix series Holzman Unlimited.
And for me, socially, Finally 33 on Twitter and Instagram, all nicked up. My weekly Knicks podcast live stream, all @all_Nick_up. Knicks are 2-0 right now. Let's go.
Championship?
Let's keep it going.
Championship?
I hope so. That's where my head's at. They're the one team I'm rooting for right now that I really think has a legit shot, especially this year with the Pacers being limited and the Celtics being limited.
And the season going to get canceled for gambling.
That would, yeah.
the Knicks have the best shot to win the championship, and the government's going to shut down the season.
That would be my luck. But I don't know if they have the best shot to win it. They have the best shot to get to the finals, I think, this year. So
yeah, good luck. Good luck playing the foul baiters out west.
I know that team.
Dude, I saw a tweet the other day where someone was like, they got SJ flopping around doing whatever he wants on one side of the court, and then Lou Dort's playing Mortal Kombat on the other. And it's like this just isn't fair.
That's fair though. That is a fair comment to make. But yeah, man. I'm I'm psyched for this season. I really am. I'm pumped. I'm hoping that it ends well. We'll see. But if you guys want to hear me talk about the Knicks, me and my buddy Ty and my buddy Joe, if you want to hear us talk about the Knicks every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. usually Eastern time on Facebook Live, on X, and on YouTube. You could check us out all over there. Again, happy Halloween, everyone. We hope you enjoy Halloween, have fun. You know, if you have kids, I hope you have a good time with your kids. I hope they get the candy that they want. Again, Pete likes candy corn, so whatever candy corn they hate, send it our way. Pete will eat the candy corn.
Yeah.
I'll eat any of the chocolate, so you can send the chocolate to me, even though everyone likes chocolate. I don't think kids would be giving that away. But
Eric likes Belgian chocolate, so if you have any Belgian chocolate, send it his way.
I like all chocolate.
There you go. Are you making a pie?
I don't usually make pies.
I thought you were a pie guy.
No.
For some reason, I thought there was like a Holzman sweet potato pie recipe that everyone needed to know about.
Not me. You have the wrong Holzman. Maybe there is one.
I'll have to talk to one of your sisters. They probably got one. You've got like 15 of them.
One
of them has to have a recipe.
My mother makes a good apple pie. I'll say that. So,
there you go.
If you guys want that recipe, I could shoot you that one. But.
That's it. All right.
All right. Again, happy Halloween, everyone. And we will see you next time. I should have said that last, but I'll say it again for Pete. Until next time, for Pete, I'm Eric. You're listening to Straight Outta Gotham.
Booyah.
There you go.
Soundstripe.
Have faith. Have faith. Believe in your source. Have faith.